What's up, everybody? So today we're going to be reviewing the New Balance 440 V2. It's my first time I've ever skated New Balances. I'm pretty excited to skate this shoe. One of my homies, Robbie, actually recommended this thing to me. Said it was one of the best shoes he's ever skated. Shout out Robbie, Coach Robbie. At East Coast Curb Killer. His link will be in the description. So initially my first reaction to this shoe was, wow, that's a very sleek, thin shoe. Like it's one of the smaller cup soles I've seen. So it is a cup sole. It's not vulcanized, as you can see with the shape of the sole here. It's better to see it from the bottom. So it's got some grippy tread. Like I said, I've never skated New Balances before, so this is going to be a new experience for me as well. It's got the gum on it, which in my experience is kind of a little more grippier than the white rubber. It's got a nice toe box. I like the way that it's, kind of like squared, but also like rounded off right here. I feel like it sits your foot in the correct position that you kind of want to allow your foot to sit on the board and stuff like that. I would let you know about the insoles, but I always got to go with my footprints. Always got to go with the footprints. They're the best insoles. I've skated like 5 different shoes with these same insoles and they still got life in them. So, I got no complaints from these things, man. So yeah, I'm kind of concerned about the mesh area right here, because I kind of do my ollies a little bit lower in the toe box. So I'm a lace ripper as well. So we're gonna see how them laces hold up, and which the mesh seems to be pretty breathable and all that. You also got a mesh tongue, but it seems a little way more durable than your normal mesh. So those are my initial viewpoints on them, and I think we're gonna get into the session and kind of see how they are after that. So this is post session. Dude, this shoe, like, I'm regular foot. So I've been skating for about like 2 hours now. This is about all that's happened, man. And like, the laces are still really good. The toe box is just scrapped a little bit, So I mean, this is a really good shoe, and I've skated Dunks, I've skated Vans. It reminds me a lot of the Kyle Walker, the Waffle Cup, because it's like a cup sole back here, and it's still cup sole, but it slims down towards the front of the shoe, which allows for more board feel, and I really like that. The boxiness of the toe is preferable to how I skate and how I flick and stuff. And I just feel like, overall, it's a really good, sturdy, stiff shoe. I don't think it's gonna get soggy anytime soon. you know, Robbie was definitely onto something when he recommended these to me, because man, I tell you, one session in these and you know they already feel broken in like straight out of the box, man. And but they give the they just give you that feeling that they're not gonna get soggy, you know. So you know, and these straps on the inside, they really held up good. Like it really kept my foot in place. My tongue didn't move any type of weird way to where it would like fold back down in the shoe. Like I don't really like that from a lot of brands. You know, the way that you flick on this shoe, since it's kind of got that square body to it, you don't hit your laces like you think you would, you know, like from a flatter shoe. So I mean, overall, I would give these about, man, I'm gonna give these like an 8 out of 10. Truthfully, these things are phenomenal to skate. If you want to get yourself a pair, I recommend it. They're the New Balance 440 version 2s. They're cup sole, but whenever you put them on, they feel like a vulcanized shoe, especially straight out of the box with no insole. Oh well, I use the FPs, you know, but the original insole, you know, it's a lot slimmer, it's a lot lower to the ground. So if you're a technical skater that just needs some you know, impact support, or just looking for kind of like a bigger, more protective shoe, I would definitely go for the 440s. So in my opinion, I love how they skate. I love how they flick. I mean, I could trust my flick every single time I flick my board underneath my feet. You know, I could feel where it was, even though it is a bigger shoe. Personally, I am, you know, more prone to skate cup sole shoes. So, you know, so if you are looking for like a nice slim cup sole, this is definitely the way to go. For board feel, it's an 8 out of 10, man. I mean, they're still flexy. I mean, they're real grippy on the bottom. Truthfully, there were a few times, and I think just because the grip is very new, and the concrete at my skate park is pretty slick, so there were a few times where I went to push and I kind of like slipped a little bit, but I think that's just straight out the box, you know what I mean? And once they broken in, I didn't get that issue again. These are about an 8 out of 10 in my book. So yeah, man, I would definitely recommend you going and getting some New Balances. 440 B2. You know, this is an unsponsored video. Nobody is saying, hey, support these shoes. I got recommended to them by Robbie, East Coast Curb Killer. You know, he said that he loved them. So I needed to give him a chance, because, you know, like, every time he's recommended something to me, I've always liked it. The toe box was amazing. It held up great. I've been skating for about 2 hours now. I've flicked a lot lately. And that's all that happened right here. And that's just a break-in spot, you know? And no stitching has went anywhere. And the way that the toe box is shaped actually allows you to not like brace your laces as much as you normally would with a flatter shoe. So if you are a skater that likes vulcanized shoes but are looking for a little bit more protection, I would recommend going this route. I mean, they held up well. I like a stiffer shoe. If you like your shoe to be a little bit more flexible, maybe these aren't the shoes for you. But you know, the tongue, it never moved around on me once. Some shoes, it like goes to the side a little bit, you know, but these, the straps on the inside really work. And I've had a few shoes where I've had the straps on the inside and they didn't really work like, you know, you would want them to. But these ones, you know, right out of the gate when you put your foot in them, they're a little snug, but they adapt to your foot. And you know, they're gonna flex over time, obviously. But the first day I've skated these things, I mean, I'd give them an 8 out of 10, solid. Man, Robbie, I can see why you said people fall in love with this shoe. I really can. I mean, the way that the toe box is, you know, it allows you for enough foot room, but it grabs your foot enough to where you know your flick is going to be there every time. I didn't have any issues with trusting my flick today. You know, there have been some shoes where I'm like, oh, it's a little flimsy at the front. It doesn't fit my foot right. I can't feel my board like I want to. And I kind of had to get used to them. But right out of the gate, you know, I could flip my tricks exactly like I wanted to. And I like that about a shoe. So, you know, if you're a vulcanized skater, but you want some more protection for your feet, again, I would definitely recommend the New Balance 440 V2s. I typically skate the cup sole, like almost everything. I like a bigger shoe on my foot, but I also enjoy, you know, the slimness of it as well, because whenever I skate, I want my foot to be the shoe, you know, and I want my toes right up in here so I can flick off my toe as much as I need to. And I mean, overall, man, this is a really good shoe. And at the beginning, I know I said that I was worried about this mesh here, but the logo, the New Balance logo, actually, I don't know if you can see, there's a little bit of scuffing on there, but the New Balance logo actually covers about where I pop and flick at. So I don't think I'm gonna have any issues with that at all. And like I said, you know, especially even from the inside, it's a little thicker. So this mesh is not like your normal mesh at all. It's a lot denser mesh. I don't know what material you would really classify it as, but I like it, man. And you know, I was hitting tricks first try. I mean, straight out the box. So, you know, 2-hour skate sesh, that's pretty good. I'm gonna check back in about another month or so. I'm gonna skate through them a little bit more, and then I'll give you a part 2.